Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger. I'll gripe and complain longer. Please do me the adieu and kindly view me on YouTube.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Hello, hello, hello. What do we got here? Okay. All right. I just checking. Guys, my partner and cohort on Monday night is delayed. He's currently driving. He called me about 35 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, and he was about 45 miles from Barstow. He said he was going to pull over, flip it. I sent him the password. He was going to pop up the. Sorry if I scared you there, Roger. Yeah, that's part of my new opening that I threw in there. But anyways, so Mel will be here a little bit later. He's currently delayed, but let me give a shout out to everybody here. Let me start at the top. Who we got up here? Okay, Roger, I'm not as skilled at this as you, but Roger from Canadian Drone Hub. But anyways, let's start out. We got Paul Murray. There's the third one, Ari, and we got Thomas O'Sullivan, Drone Shots, Mark Rogers, Grant Smith, Mr. Stay Drunk from Australia. He's the designer of this logo right down here in the corner. That one right there. Yeah, that's it, right there, right there. He designed that for me. It's also on my shirts. And let's see, I gotta make sure I'm plugged in right. Yeah, there we go. We got Thomas O'Sullivan, we got Rick Halber, we got Jim Hightower, Help at Home, Mark Rogers, Drone Shots, Jody, hello, glad to have you on here. Jim Crinan, I hope all is well going with you. We need to get in touch. I guess I'm just going to have to call you and bother you, okay? And Thomas O'Sullivan, Nature's Beauty, hey, welcome, welcome. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see, I think Chris says no service here, about 30 minutes, okay. Uh, anyways, we got Rick Halber, Steve Carpenter. I'm glad you could make it, my friend. The thing is, Steve doesn't always get to see these because he's usually busy working. He's on one board of directors or another, or doing something or another. We got Robert, one of the hairless triplets. Robert and Claude, and technically Hugh from Asgard Studios isn't one of the hairless triplets, but I can't tell the three of them alike. Chubby white guys with goatees, I just can't tell apart. Uh, Whoops, hang on. Sorry about that. The creatures. She does not understand her stage voice. She just doesn't understand that. But anyways, Mark Rogers, Centroid, Mark, how you doing, my friend? He and I have been having a back and forth about Vegemite and stuff. Let's see. What's that? I said Rick Halber, Nature's Beauty, love my drones. Welcome, welcome. Who else have we got in here that I've missed? Uh, Canadian Drone Hub, Roger, I mentioned you. Mark Rogers, if I missed you, I apologize. Let's see. Paul Murray, Artco, welcome Artco. Jerry Calverley, Drone Obsessed Jerry Calverley, always good to have you in here. And that looks like did I miss anybody? Thomas O'Sullivan, Nature's Beauty, Jim Crinan, Jim Hightower, Mark Rogers, Rick Halber, Who else did I miss? Remote Pilots Australia. If I didn't, I probably did miss you, but he is he is my Australian counterpart. We the two of us, you get the two of us in a room together, and poor Roger has zero control of what goes on. Uh, and about every 30 seconds, Val from Val's Life has to put a disclaimer up there on Roger's channel because of something either I or Remote Pilots Australia said. So, yeah, it goes with the territory. Good, Mark. You have not given up. Oh, Doug Ertl, thank you. Weedman Photography, yes. Ah, we finally got one. We have got our token millennial. Oklahoma Droner is in. All right. And Doug Ertl, I did miss you earlier. And of course, uh, anyways, guys, you guys know about my new my new channel that I've been doing, Grumpy's Gripes, and there's something I started out with that one, and I think I'm going to kind of do this as a uh, I remembered you. I said Oklahoma Droner or Toka Millennial. Don't get your knickers in a twist there, Matt. Suck it up, Buttercup. Let your man bun down. And just deal with it. Anyways, but on my other channel, one of the things I did, that one of the first episodes I did, and this is for the Americans, and this is just something that I want to kind of just throw it out there. I'm just going to read it. It's the I'm going to read it and see if any of you, especially you Americans, you should know what it is, and I hope you can. One of you just answer it for me if you know what it is. But I'm going to start out. It says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish." Does anybody know what that is? This Constitution for the United States. But anyways, that is the I'm gonna let you guys pop something up in the chat because it hasn't gone through to you guys yet. But uh, millennials are too sensitive. Yes, you're right, Matt. They are Mark. You're right. They are so sensitive. They get their feelings hurt. Yes. uh, very good, Centroid. Mark, you got it. That's the preamble to the Constitution of the United States. And sometimes at common law, okay? Yeah, it is the preamble to the Constitution. And I mentioned this in my other channel, and I have I can't see it because there we go. I have a pocket Constitution that I keep. Not only that, it is also the Declaration of Independence, and it doesn't hurt any of us those of us who are Americans, to sit down and read it. And if you're from another country, maybe you ought to get a copy and read it and see what we're about, because uh, it gives you an idea of where we get some of our ideas and our rights. And but anyways, moving right along, let's because my co-host isn't here. Oh, because of this morning's show, I want to let everybody know there is a disclaimer out right now that the opinions on this show are the opinions of me, the Grumpy Vlogger, not necessarily of the opinions of the poor people that had to put up with me this morning on Canadian Drone Hub. Does that make me American? You thought you was Canadian? Mark, you're from New York. Close, but not quite. Artco has one. I figured you would. Yet no co-host tonight at the moment. He is on his way. He should be pulling into Barstow. Yeah, Cohag. Yeah. Uh, anyways, he should be pulling into Barstow. Make up your mind, Roosevelt. Is he the co-hag or is he the co-host? Or maybe the co-nag. But welcome, Roosevelt. For those of you who don't know who Roosevelt is, that's Fly Natural. And, oh, that's cool, drone shots. Excellent. Yeah. Uh, it makes you red, white, and Centroid. That makes you red, white, and blue Canadian. Uh, don't let Centroid. Embarsto gang. As soon as I can find a place where I can stop and pick up and set up his laptop, he'll be there. So there you go. It's from 400 AGL himself. So, unlike Roger's channel, which is just basically an open discussion, in case you guys don't know who Roger is, I'm referring to, that's the Canadian Drone Hub. And for those of you that aren't familiar with that, that's where most of us gather in the morning to drink our coffee and just have a good time. But unlike his channel, I'm actually going to, let me see if I can do this. I'm actually going to talk about drones. He never talks about them, so I thought I would. You know, somebody's got to pick up the slack. So, let's see. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. Russian government is tackling consumer drone problem by attaching shotguns to their drones. Is that not a great idea or what? Let's watch this video for a second here. And I don't speak Russian, so let's turn that down just a little bit. There you go, guys. Let's see if that's, yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now let's see if I can get that stopped. Where's that at? Okay. Isn't that wonderful? That's a drone flying around causing problems and getting into trouble, and apparently they're attaching guns to it. All right, they shot the drone out of the air. Good shooting, guys. My Russian is rusty, guys, but I think you say, hoo-yah! Anyways, enough of that. So they've decided that that's their best way. The Viper 12 is externally similar to the AK series of Russian assault rifles, but instead fires from a magazine of 10 12-gauge shotgun shells. Weighing just 50 pounds, the shotgun drone is said to like a plane and is armed. Shotgun is said to fly like a plane. You know, if I can't read it, you guys can. But anyways, if you're wondering where I get all this great information I just gave to you, go to a place called Dronebook. The link is in the yeah, JAS is the one who puts that. Why is my mind gone blank? Somebody write up his name. You guys know who it is. He does the news for Ken Heron, and he puts up this news. So I just went to Dronebook and got it from there. But that was one of them, and I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, just what we need: Russians with armed. Russian. We attach with AK to the drone. Exactly. Yes, they shoot in. Is that what they're saying? Okay, thank you. I couldn't understand what they were saying, but they're shooting down the. Yeah, you're almost at 600 subscribers. Well, I was at 600 earlier. I don't know where I'm at now. I'm back to 599. I made 600 for about 30 minutes. And yeah. So when I get to 605, I'll post something about it. But until then, I'm kind of lost. But anyways, let's see. Moving right along. Oh, here we go. Now, this is something I think is cool because I'm a geek and I'm into the Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. But Tello has released the new Iron Man Tello drone. And this may be old news. God, I don't know. It was at the top. Let's see. Yeah, it's probably old news, but it's still cool. You know, I may actually get me one of those. So, and let's see. The last one is why drone races are hard to follow for spectators. Well, yeah, that's pretty obvious. They don't have the glasses on, or they're not paying attention to the screen or something. But first-time drone racing spectator Paula Cumner was impressed with the speed and maneuverability of the little machines. She also had no idea who won until the announcer proclaimed it. I wouldn't have a clue. And that's the thing. When we have drone races like that, we do need to let the people know what's going on. And maybe it's, let's see. Uh, I wouldn't have a clue. Was sitting with my nephew. Harry is just a feet away. I can barely see him. Anyways, FPV racing drones move so fast and are so difficult to follow that it's hard to gain spectators outside of the diehard fans of drone racers. That's true. You know, it's not like NASCAR where you got them big old pieces of metal going round and round in circles. Those are easy to follow. You can't really lose a NASCAR car. Okay, it just it's if you watch NASCAR, uh, let's see. Oh, Cardosa Media, welcome. How you doing? Who else have we got in here tonight? This slipped in. Phantom Hodges drone. Hey, uh, okay. He's got a driving, and of course, MRC Snowmobiles. He is the that is Michael, who I believe isn't that who that is, or is that not? No, that's not. Let me see who that is. I have gotten some new subscribers, and I apologize for not knowing. Whoops. Let me go back over here. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, that's him. Okay. Uh, I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's Michael. But, anyways, that is as much drone news as I'm going to put out tonight because I just, man, I wore myself out this morning at on Canadian Drone Hub. Uh, if you guys have never watched that show, you've missed something. So if you can get up in the mornings, it is okay. Thank you. And we got Gary Foster in here. So check each other out. Yeah, it's Michael. That's what I thought it was. Yes. Okay. Uh, NASCAR people have radios to hear the drivers. Go to the quad race, take some goggles, and switch around the channels. Same concept. It's an idea, you know. Maybe it could be like what they do at the. Of course, it would help if they put the different channels in boxed windows. Sort of like when I have Mel over here. Whoops, that's not it. Uh, Wrong one. Like when Mel's right here. They could have multiple windows opened up, and the people could see who's sort of like when you guys are playing video games. Uh, you can see which driver is which, and that's an idea. Let's see. You love DRL. I have been participating in a simulator with the Xbox controller, but is okay. I take it you have been you are Mark. Are you working on going to the dark side and Mark Rogers? Are you going to go to the dark side and start flying those FPV things? Drone Kings of Darwin. Hello, how you doing? And guys, I appreciate you guys coming here because I know there's a lot of other places you could go to, and I appreciate you coming and spending a few minutes time with me each Monday night. Uh, for those of you who don't know, I've started a new channel, uh, which I guarantee it's more the adult version. It's not for those with the faint of heart or the uh, if you're easily offended, you know, because I'm politically incorrect, but the difference is I'm always that way, but I'm a little more politically minded on that channel. And FPV is the cat's butt. I heard it call a lot of things, but that's not one thing I've ever heard. I'll have to, okay. Uh, you can't go anywhere. You're stuck at work. Oh man, that's a bummer. Centroid has already crossed over to dark side. I know, Jerry. I know. It's sad. You know. Let's see. Yeah, I'm supposed to tell you where to go. Wrong channel. Yeah. Just so you know, I may once a month do a Grumpy's Gripes live stream. or once every 2 weeks or something. And it'll be on a different night, and it'll be under my new channel, Grumpy's Gripes. And, you know, you want the link. All right, let me see if I can get that link. Let me, let me go. Let's see, where's it at? Let me get that link. It is in the description, I believe. Killing dog. Okay, here is the link to. Let me put that up in the chat. Here's the link to. Oh, you're in Darwin. That's right. You're in Australia. Yeah. Anyways, there is the link to Grumpy's Gripes channel. My second one. Okay, Mark. He says he's the ambassador between the two. Yeah, that sounds sort of like. Well, I won't go there. I'm going to be nice, Mark. He's the bridge. Okay, well said there, Throne Kings. That's a nice. Actually, I could see where it'd be a rush, but my problem is I never had any eye-hand coordination. So, unless it flies slow, I can't do it. And I was. That's why I've never had a console. I mean, we had a PlayStation. I think a PlayStation 2, and that was the last console I've had. And I just have zero eye-hand coordination. Yeah, at least anymore I don't. And most of that is probably related to my MS, you know. So not that I ever had that much to begin with. It's an Australian invasion. Yeah, I mean, to tell you, I've got all these Aussies in here. Thank you, Thomas. I'm glad you appreciate the Grumpy's Gripes. So, hey, look here. I think I have got my co-host, at least somehow or another. Let's see. Mel, do you hear me?
I hear you just fine. Do you hear me?
I hear you. It's perfect. Can you guys hear Mel? I guess everybody can because I can. So where are you parked at,
Hello,
my friend?
everybody. I am parked at a Chevron gas station on Main Street, U.S. Route 66, Barstow, California, by God.
All right. Okay. So,
And
pour out.
I got the mobile command center, if you will. We're all set up here. I'm just standing outside. It's beautiful weather.
Yes, Paul Murray. I started out with Pong. Yes, I did. That was. But I started out. My first computer was a TRS-80. So what can I say?
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. Cardoso, Jim Crinan, welcome, my friend. Nature's Beauty. I know Thomas and Paul Murray and Chris Hope and Steve Carpenter and Rick Aliber, and I'm pretty sure the whole gang's here.
They are.
So
We've got an Aussie
howdy,
invasion.
y'all.
We've got an Aussie invasion here too. Uh, we've got. You're sounding good, Mel. You really are. And love my drone
Well,
just said that too. So, hey, okay. Let's. A lot of these guys, I alluded. I kind of told the beginning of a story about you. I said that you
you
were.
telling stories again?
I'm telling stories. They're about you, though. I did tell them the story about your. Uh,
Well, then they're good ones.
Yeah, they are. Well, about you forgetting your pocket Osmo, I did tell him that story this morning on the Canadian Drone Hub.
You told people that I forgot my pocket Osmo.
Well, yeah, it was about you. It wasn't about me.
Man,
You didn't
y'all ain't
think
gonna
you.
believe this. Yesterday morning, checking out of the motel in Gallup, New Mexico, I had everything sitting on a wingback chair next to the sliding glass door that led outside the room where I was loading up my stuff. I picked up my drone, picked up my computer bag and all that, because I had my Mavic in there with me. I had downloaded some video the night before and put up a video that morning. And I walked out of there and left my DJI Osmo Pocket laying in that chair. And it was 55 miles into Arizona before I realized it. So that was a total 110-mile round trip to go back and get it.
Yeah, that was a wasted half your day. And then
Yep.
what I really hooked them on this morning is I told the story about you were looking for somebody. Oh, there's Val. All right, we are balanced now. We are a fair and balanced channel. We have a liberal. So
Just remember, the arguments on this program cannot be broken.
yes, that's right. That's right. And there is a disclaimer on this one. Well, that was it. You just heard it. She had poor Val. She felt like she had to give a disclaimer about every 5 minutes between me and Remote Pilot Australia because we were just throwing it out there this morning. It was
Was she able to go that long?
barely. I think she let them stack up, because.
Yeah.
But what I was alluding to is where you did that pull off to fly that drone. You'd been told about a truck stop or a place where trucks stop to fly their drones, and you got there and somebody else was already there.
Well, it was a rest area, and when I got to that particular rest area, it just didn't look all that inviting. So I went on by, and I went up the road a little ways, got a little closer to Flagstaff, and just took an exit ramp, made a right-hand turn, started driving up the road. Figured, well, from here I'll have a good vantage point where I'll get a good view of the Valley Desert and I'll get a good view of the mountains of Flagstaff. So I drove up that road a ways looking for a place to stop and fly, and lo and behold, here's this old feller out there flying a drone. His name, well, I'm not going to dig it out. It's buried, but I've got his name. It's his last name is Otten, Otten, I believe, or something like that. Because we made fun of it. It was like, you ought not do that. But he had a toy drone made by a company called Propel, and a 3-mile-an-hour wind was too much for it. Every time we took off, it would just go with the wind. It didn't have enough power to fight the wind and stay in place and all that. I think if it would have had a little more weight to it, it might have done a better job. I'm standing out in the wind, by the way.
Yeah. Believe it or not, it's not really, other than messing up your pretty hair.
Yeah, I got to keep the hair pretty,
Yeah.
And I got the camera over here off to the side of the laptop, so I'm looking at the chat on the laptop.
Right.
But the camera's over there, so
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bobblehead it.
It'll work. So, anyways.
So anyway, I had a good time with that guy flying there for about an hour. I shot some video, got some really good long range desert valley and some very good long range snow-capped mountain on the other side, 180 degrees apart. So that might turn out pretty good.
I was watching the chat, but did you tell the part about when you pulled up there and stepped out of the truck, what he told you? That was the part that was funniest.
That was the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I seen him flying. He was by a horse arena, so I pulled in there. It was off the side of the road, and I parked and got out of the truck and started walking over toward him, just to say hello. And he said, "If you're going to get out of that truck and come tell me you can fly this thing better than me, don't bother."
Yeah. So he said, so yeah, if you're going to show him how to fly this thing, don't bother. Having no clue that you were actually a licensed drone pilot.
Having absolutely no clue that I was a 107 licensed drone pilot. Yeah.
Snappers, I know. Yeah. I thought that was hilarious when you told me that yesterday. And I told the guys about it. I said, yeah, you pulled up and this guy was there and you went, and then I just left it hanging. So,
So, uh, hey, other RC snowmobiles. Love
yeah,
my drones, Drone Kings.
I told
Val,
that.
hello, Val. Hello, Val.
I told
Um,
that story, but don't listen to whatever remote pilots put up there earlier, because I did not say a thing about you and the transgender escort situation.
okay. We'll leave that as a backstory.
Yeah.
Uh, so the
Remote Pilot
interesting thing
Australia
was,
gets me in trouble all the time. It's his fault.
Mr. Oten was trying to fly this toy drone. Him and his wife take their side by side quad up into the mountains, and he thought if he had a drone where he could get up above some of the things and look down at it, that they might enjoy it a little more.
Right.
So he bought this toy, and it had a camera on it that you could attach. It did the controller. He said had an adapter that you could attach a smartphone to, so you could have a video screen,
Right.
and it did have a small camera in the front of it. No adjustments. It was just straightforward camera. But I let him fly my Mavic 2 Pro or Mavic 2 Zoom. I showed him how to start the rotors. I showed him how to do a manual takeoff. Showed him how to do a program takeoff, and we put the bird in the air, and I let him fly it for a few minutes. Right from the start, I already knew he had a little bit of a clue about how to fly a drone because he was doing pretty good with that toy thing in the wind.
Right. Right.
So I let him just take off and fly it around a little bit with, and I think I convinced him that what he ought to get started with is a Spark. He was absolutely impressed with the DJI product, the stability in the wind, the the way it flew, the way it handled everything about it, being able to aim the camera down and back up again and so forth. He's sold. So he'll be a subscriber to my channel, I'm sure.
Well, good. Good.
And
Excellent.
he'll be joining in with us a little bit maybe at times.
Good. That would be nice.
So
Yeah. What is bad enough when you help Drone Kings in Darwin find his Mavic Air? It was when I bought one that the Minister of War and Recreation hit the roof. Ah. In other words, when the wife found out. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's exactly what that meant, wasn't it?
Yeah. It took me a second. I thought, yeah. So, yeah, poor. I don't know if you guys ever watch Roger's channel in the morning, the Canadian Drone Hub, but if you don't, if you're in the States, you can get up or you got the time to drop in there, stop in because, man, that place is a ball. Uh, some days it's a little calmer than others. Today was uh, not one of them. Uh,
And
the,
some days it's a little wilder than others.
the only reason it would have been any wilder is if Andrew from Pusha Studios was there. And I don't know if it could have got much wilder because Val was pulling her hair out. She was. and
That'd be
for
all right.
and for those of you who don't follow Val's life, please follow her. She's a really nice lady. She's liberal, but she's still nice. So we tolerate her. Uh, uh, uh,
Is
but
there a
she's.
reason you got me on full screen?
Oh crap! Well, because you were telling the story, and I forgot to put you. I forgot to put us back. There we go. All right, there you go.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure they want to watch you talk too.
yeah. Well, they might. But you're welcome, Roger. Canadian Drone Hub. Thank you, Val, for leaving a like. I'll wait until she leaves before I say the other part. Her other channel that she has. There's Val's Life on YouTube, and don't forget, if you guys are really interested, there's Val's Leather Life on Pornhub. She'd always like you to drop by and drop a dime in the kitty, the jar. You know what I mean. Zippo. Ooh. Let's see.
Somebody was asking if it was a Zippo. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Zippo.
Drone effects
So
with Claude. There we go. Claude's here. There's the third stooge from today that we've had this week.
I am on my way to Sacramento area. Maybe I'll get to meet up with you tomorrow afternoon, Rick Halber. If we can work that out, I'll get in touch with you in the morning. I'm going to leave here. I'm in Barstow now. I'm going to leave here and go over the hill across Tehachapi Pass into Bakersfield tonight. And that should leave me a little bit less travel for tomorrow to get up there to Sacramento area. Lloyd, hush.
What? I was just
I know. Just hush.
okay.
Some things don't need to be repeated.
Okay. I was I was trying to answer Love My Drones. No, not Pornhub. That's where Mel's channel is at.
What?
No, I started this thing with Val's Leather Life joking, and he goes Pornhub.
Yeah, that's
It got
Val's channel,
started.
not mine.
Yeah. Well, I was telling him it wasn't Val's channel after all. It was really yours.
Oh my God.
Oh God, guys, I'm sorry. I've been like this all day. And the thing was, is I probably would have been a little more sedate and laid back tonight, except I took a nap, so I'm wound up again.
And my other name, my stage name is not John Ron Jeremy Holmes, okay?
Guys, I know that those of you who follow the Canadian Drone Hub and have seen me on there are wondering, and Mel's not in the position to do anything about it because this is my channel. So I just want you all to remember. Oh, wait a minute, that's not it. There we go. Mel is going to the land. Part of the reason he's going there is because you will be helping to visually watch and
I'll be a sensor operator, supposedly.
sensor
That's what they
operator.
told
Yeah.
me.
Okay. For the power line inspections out there related to all the fires that they had. And of course, as I was
For
discussing
PG&E through
PG&E,
Precision Hawk drones, yes.
Precision Hawk drones, and I was discussing here this last 3 or 4 days on Canadian Drone Hub as part of the reason, is that they had all these fires is because the California government has not allowed them to do any brush cutting or undercutting because everything's protected, including the double-billed, single-legged, double-winged, farting mosquito.
How was that? Well, that was pretty good timing
That was
there,
good
wasn't
timing.
it?
That's great. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, Jerry, there's a lot of territory out here you can cover. And most of it's desert.
Yeah, there is a lot of desert.
But I tell you what, this trip out has really been a lot more fun because I've been able to stop and smell the red rock along the way. There are no roses, so.
You had to smell the red rocks because there's no roses. Yeah, that's about the truth. Yeah. But that's the thing. I've noticed that the desert out in like Arizona and some of the desert in Colorado, compared to that in Texas, I mean, no offense to my Texas friends, and I love Texas, I really do. But that's just prettier country out there. Texas is just, especially when you're headed
There's
from Oklahoma to New Mexico and through New Mexico. It's just there's nothing out there. I mean, that's especially New Mexico. That's the
but
most godforsaken
every
state there is in this southern part.
stretch of the road has a beauty of its own. I mean, there's things to be seen and scenery and landscapes, and it's different than what we're accustomed to with the lakes and rivers, but it has a beauty of its own in its own place.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's There's when I lived in Arizona, I loved it out there. I loved it in the uh, Lake Mead area and all of that up around there, and
Yep.
I
Yep.
loved it up in the northern part of Arizona. I even liked it in Tucson. You know, believe it or not. But
Well,
I went when I
Tucson's
went.
got its.
Well, it's got its drawbacks. You know, of course, this was in the '70s and early, late '70s, early '80s, and that was a different time. Things have gotten a lot different. But boy, when I went to New Mexico last summer, that drive from Amarillo to Clovis, New Mexico, that was the most godforsaken drive I've ever been on in my life. That was just,
It happens that way. It
yeah,
does.
that was, yeah. Of course, we are going out there in June, so it was just the end of June, almost. Yeah, it was the end of June, about the 22nd of June. We drove out there, and that was just,
S-
the sandstorms, windstorms out there were just horrendous, and
Yep, they
you
can
know,
be.
yeah.
Steve, you forgot one thing on that list. Steve Carpenter says no roses, but California has lots of poppies and butterflies everywhere. Yep, he
Don't
missed
forget
out
the
on one thing
snowflakes.
on that list.
The
There you
snowflakes,
go.
they got a bunch of snowflakes. You know, that's always confused me is how do snowflakes survive in places that have the high heat like California does? You'd think the
I
snowflakes
don't
wouldn't
know,
make
but
it.
I rolled in here. It was 90 degrees. So
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know.
snowflakes
I don't get it.
at the deserts, there would be nowhere to hide the bodies. He's got a point. You know, that was a remote pilot Australia. Have you? I don't
Yeah,
know if you've got to
yeah.
be on a chat with him or not yet, Mel.
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's from
Hey,
Australia. Yeah,
speaking of things and
yeah.
old stuff and whatnot, what do you think of my new addition to my attire here? Let
You
me.
finally got you some spenders, huh?
Yeah, man. You know, I walk around pulling my britches up constantly.
Yep,
The other day, I decided I was done with that, and I thought I'm gonna try me a pair of them suspenders.
yep.
I love them.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
have to pull my pants up all the time anymore.
yeah. Do you also wear a belt?
I do.
I do too. Yeah, because, well, in my case, I conceal carry, so I have to have something to hold my pistol on. So, you know,
Yeah.
so I have a I have a belt, but I wear suspenders when I'm carrying because one, especially with with my build, I have nothing on the backside to hold up my britches and a lot on the front side pushing it down. You know, my belly is just and
Yeah. Yeah.
fume body
Well,
is
the old
floating
truck's
around.
running good. Everything is wonderful. Um, Getting really good fuel mileage.
Good.
Uh,
How many
AC's
miles have
working
you?
good.
How many miles have you put on it so far now? I mean, on this trip,
I don't know.
you have no clue. Okay.
No, I'm not sure.
All right. Well, uh,
But
yeah.
it was,
Oh,
well, yes, I do too. Fort Smith to Barstow was like 1,900 miles.
Fort Smith to Barstow was 1,900 miles. Okay.
I think so.
Uh, Two things because Chris Hope, who was here, I think he lost his internet or his
Uh
signal.
oh.
So he lost his signal because he's on his iPad because he's on the road this week. So, or for
Oh,
today,
okay.
anyways. Yeah, he's working out of town. So I want to put up a couple of links. Uh, let's see if I can find them.
Yes. Anybody? This trip has been pretty hard on me on a spur of the moment without being budgeted and planned for it. So anybody that would like to donate a little money, diesel fuel money, to my poor man's GoFundMe over there on my website, feel free.
Yeah, and I will post that up. But this is somebody that I want to put up uh, for because I promised him, and the links are in the description. And but I want to put this up. This is a GoFundMe for a very nice young lady that Claude has been uh, in touch with, and he's had her
Oh
on
yeah,
his
the
show a
gal
couple
that
times.
Claude's
the
been promoting. Yep.
narrowboat girl. Guys, if you can find it in your heart to donate an extra $5 or $10, it's to help her hopefully get a drone, and maybe even be able to get enough money to. We're at 475 right now, and I'd like to see that. See Claude hit that uh, goal of $800, because it's to. So you have no acid. Yeah, I have no acidola syndrome. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, it's just nothing
Yeah.
back there.
That's
Just
yep.
britches just
Yep.
slide right on
That's
off.
exactly right.
Let me tell
And
you,
to
Mel.
answer the question, Mark Rogers, I unplugged the uh, Gizzy Wapper GPS gizmo that was plugged into the power port on my truck. I called the company and told them I was disconnecting my electronic logging device. I peeled the signs off the side of the truck. See here, there's no signs. No signs on the truck. It's just
Yep.
my truck. I told them I was going out of service and going to California. And they said, okay, call us when you're ready to come back to work. And I said, okay, fine. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And away I went.
Good. Good. Yeah. And yeah, I'm trying to keep up with the chat, and I'm doing a miserable job because man, I'm glad to have you on here, Mel. Though, because I
Well,
managed to cover the news in about
yeah,
the first 3 minutes.
yeah. You covered
Yeah.
the news for the first 3 minutes.
No, Matt. Yeah. The RCI does not hold up my britches. You know, and for those of you that don't know, that stands for rectal cranial inversion. It seems to happen a lot to the snowflakes. Uh, this is pictures of the trees upside down, back of the truck. I'm getting dizzy. Uh, let's see, what is the
Getting?
time? Uh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, anything will help. Yeah, there you go, Claude. Thank you. You post that up there, and that'll help me on that one. And also, I need to go. There's a second one that I am that is. Let's see. Oh, you're getting inside now.
Yeah, it's
Getting a little
hard
warm,
to
is it?
see out there. No, it was just hard to see out there.
Also, guys, Jim Crinan is in here, and I know that he can still use the assistance, and so I want to post this. Steve Carpenter, thank you so much for putting that up there. I'm used to, this just goes to show you what the guys do here. Uh, Chris Hope's not able to be in here tonight. Hello, Kim. Glad to have you on here. I saw your video today, Kim. Oh, what was that I saw? I think I saw Roger flying a drone. Now, he's from the Canadian Drone Hub, and I didn't know he did drones, Uh, but the guy from Canadian Drone Hubs, he actually flies a drone. I actually saw it today. There's proof. So he knows he can say he's a droner too, because he actually flew one.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much what I wrote on the video too. Yeah. Although
Yeah.
I did notice Kim was running around and ducking like he was scared or something. He wasn't even close to you, Kim. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, poor guy,
Yeah, for ball Kim, he was. It depends on how you define fly. Yeah, that's true. I guess there are different definitions. Let's put it to you this way: he flies as good as I do. That's why my boys never asked me to go flying with them too much.
Yeah. Speaking of flying,
Yes.
I stopped this afternoon at the Colorado River. at
Oh,
the
okay.
border of Arizona and California. There's a place there called Pirates Cove. They have a camping area. They have cabins you can rent. Um, Pretty nice place. I don't know if you'll be able to see this too well, but there's a map of it. Whoops,
Yeah, right
about like
there.
that.
Yeah.
And if you can see the yellow tracing on there, that's where the girl at the front desk told me to, drive around, check things out. So if you go to the bottom right corner here, where my little finger's pointing, there's a place there, a restaurant and a bar, and it's I was allowed a 30-minute pass to go in the place
Oh, okay.
and look around, and that gave me enough time to go in and fly. Now, all of you that have air maps, feel free to look at air maps and zoom in on Interstate 40 at the California-Arizona border. You'll see the Mississippi River. Just north of the interstate, about a mile or 3/4 of a mile, you'll see that resort place that I was at. You will also see that it's completely surrounded in red, do not fly zone, no fly zone. And just to the north of that little campground is a big purple ring of a TCA. So I was right smack in the middle of that, and I was flying along the river and flying over all the boats and everything. And I can't say that I know for a fact that I did not maybe stumble into the no-fly zone, because it's right there in the middle of the
Right.
river. I mean, and
Yeah.
so, but I did my best to stay out of the no-fly zone. I think
Right.
I did well. I'll know when I look at the video or delete some video. Um,
Yeah. You don't want to be putting that up on YouTube because they'll come knocking on your door, and
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, like,
But
do you know?
that's the reason I was late for the
Jody
show.
says you're going to jail.
No, I never entered the no-fly zone. Um, but the reason I was late for the show is I decided to go to that little restaurant bar, and the menu was a little pricey, but not bad. But you would think it'd be a little bit high for a resort.
Right.
But I will just say that at Pirates Cove, the waitresses have got nothing on the girls at Hooters.
Oh, really?
Video to come.
Video.
Absolutely. Osmo Pocket will travel. So
Okay.
now I can't see the chat because
Yeah.
now the camera's way over there.
Let's see.
But
Yeah. Thank you, Chris Hope. Yeah, Chris.
did I say Mississippi River? Art, you're right. It's the Colorado River. I'll
Well,
bet I said Mississippi
I
River.
thought you said Colorado, but I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know
You
what I
might have
said
said
now.
Mississippi at least once. I wouldn't. I was trying
I'm
to watch
still
it.
I'm still thinking about
They,
them harlot waitresses.
they got you bum puzzled, did they?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what now. And when you all see the video, you'll know. Thank you,
Well,
Chris. I appreciate that. I
that will
really do.
explain.
Especially right now. I really do, buddy.
Yeah, that will explain so much, won't it?
Any coffee or diesel fuel money would be fantastic right now, guys. Yep, that was it too, Lloyd. And my barkeep, she was very kind and polite. Not Lloyd.
Yeah.
There is such a thing as too much.
Okay. I'll try and keep that. But this was
Hey
Mel.
Kim, No, that's the other guy. You know who I'm talking about.
He did say you did say Mississippi. Uh,
Okay,
yeah. Well,
it's all right. It'll be
it's all
okay.
right. Yep, yep. But
So I was typing that. Your mind was somewhere else. I have been there. Hey, Steve, my mind is still back there at the Colorado River. I'll guarantee you that.
that's why he said. That's why it said in Mississippi.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, so when I get off the stream here tonight, I'm still going to do some more running. I'm going to try to get uh, across Tehachapi. Maybe I'll just get to the top of the pass. There's truck stops up there and stuff and motels. And
Right.
it's a town, Tehachapi, the town of
How
Tehachapi.
far are you from your final destination where you got to be for this?
Well,
Uh,
I don't know if this thing will tell me because when I programmed in the address of the um, hotel
right.
from Portsmouth, Arkansas, it said I
Uh huh.
couldn't get there from there. It said no legal route could be calculated.
Maybe it's a little
So I
further.
don't know. We'll see what it says now.
Maybe it's a little further south of the border than when you're at. Maybe it's in Southern California.
No, no.
No.
There's only one Vacaville.
Okay.
Oh, it found it.
Oh, it did find it.
Uh, it found my hotel. 432 miles.
Oh, okay. When do you have to be there? When do you have to report?
I can check in tomorrow afternoon,
Okay. Okay.
and
So
I've got to be at the Marriott, one exit down, at 8 a.m. Wednesday morning.
we're probably Kings of Darwin, Drone Kings of Darwin. We're probably only going to be on for just a little bit longer. I'm trying to keep this to about an hour. Plus, I was on this morning and all morning with Canadian Drone Hub, and I wore myself out because I was just being absolutely nuts. So, but yeah, we'll be on for a few more minutes, but that's probably just about it because I try to keep my shows at about an hour. But one of the things I was going to say is, and I think I said it earlier, is I'm going to try and do a Grumpy's Gripes live stream about once a month, just to uh, just for those of that are interested and want to get involved with that chat, you know. But oh, Brent Nunley is on. Hey, I didn't see you come in. Let's see, who else have I missed in this chat today? Of course, I said hi to Kim, Furball Kim. Richard and Janet Henderson, I said hi to you in the chat, but I didn't get to actually give you a shout out. So, of course, we got remote pilots and Chris Hope. I'm glad you're back.
Wow.
But
Oh, there's just things in California that you see that you can't unsee, and you don't see them anywhere but California.
California, yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah.
And I
Now,
will say this too:
Steve, I have been pretty much
Cali-
on all day.
California is the home of the 6 foot blonde too.
The 6 foot blonde. Yeah.
Yep, that's where they started making them, was California.
Is that's where they started making them. Well,
Yep.
my daughter-in-law is not blonde, but she's from California and she's taller than I am. She was a runway model in her younger days, so traveled all over the world. So, and she might be in her 50s now, but by God, she still got the legs.
I bet if you check the carpet, it's blonde.
I'll have
Oh,
to
you
I
didn't spit
take
your coffee, darn it!
yeah, yeah, just I got it down before you said that. I
I,
just knew that I
I
was
was
going to go there.
trying to I was I was trying to get you to spit your coffee.
Yeah, no. I will have to take my son's word for that. It's because he carries a gun. He's a cop. I don't even want to ask that question because he'd shoot me. And then If there's anything left, Judy'd beat the hell out of me. She'd run over me with her
Yep.
wheelchair.
Claude, thanks for coming in and spending some time with us this evening. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah, guys, I don't know if you guys saw Claude's show yesterday, but man, he had a troll do him just rotten, and we've talked about it today on Canadian Drone Hub, and I did say a bad word this morning, a really bad word, referring to that guy, and I apologize for saying the bad word on Canadian Drone Hub's channel, and it doesn't bear worth repeating, but let's just put it this way. This troll was not nice, and but I won't apologize for what I said about the troll, just the fact I said it on Canadian Drone Hub's channel. But
Yeah, how about that campground, Steve? That campground is literally the only legal place to fly right there. If you look at air maps.
oh, Mike Brown, hello, glad you dropped in. I appreciate it. And of course, Grant's still in here, but well, Mel, I know that you've got to get on down the road here pretty soon because you still want to get a few miles on you. And
Yeah, I'm gonna go in here and see if they got some coffee made, and if they do, I'm gonna get me a coffee and hit the road.
oh, is that traffic driving by from your side? Okay. Or was that noise coming from me?
I don't know what noise you're hearing.
Well, it
I
sounded like
got
a
my windows down, and there's traffic
okay,
going
all right,
by.
okay, all right. I just making sure because I saw it. I thought, well, I'm hearing enough. I was making sure I hadn't hit something. You know, me, uh, yeah. If Claude, if you're still on here, post that. If you haven't, let me see if I can get that link, and you will find those links in the description for the. Chris Hope just put up uh, the link to the Jim Crinan one, and this is to the Boat Girl. Let's see. Drone Kings. That stuff seriously to be exported. Yeah.
Have a good night, Matt.
Well, I'm going to make like a baby and man bun out. Okay, Matt. Well, thank you for stopping in. Okay, I appreciate it. Uh, I thought said he's gonna go make a baby and put a man bun on. I was gonna okay, whatever floats your boat, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer and the countdown. And Mel, I appreciate you coming in. I know you had to stop and set up. One more thing, and I haven't asked you this in a couple of days. How is your arm doing?
Well, it's doing. It's not wonderful, but I'll see if I can show you what it looks like.
Oh my God, that still looks. You better get that attended to. That does not look good because that's still
Yeah.
inflamed and infected. You better have that
Yeah, and I'm
checked.
still on the antibiotics.
Okay.
So,
They should have started doing something. So I would definitely go get that checked.
well, I'm thinking now it's acting like it's got a poopy spot on it. Like maybe I
Yeah.
need to have it lanced or something.
Yeah, you might need to go in and let them do it. You know, your old pocket knife that you get fish with probably not the best thing to lance that with. Uh, so.
I got a new one.
Oh, you got a new
Tim.
one. Yeah.
Tim from Midwest Drones.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's a
Oh.
miniature lock blade.
Oh, well,
Look at
that'll do
that.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Now that
Yeah,
is
I can
cool.
just. You want me to do it live?
No, I don't. I'd
Oh,
rather
come
eat
on.
Spam and Vegemite than to watch that.
Bring it on.
No, I'm out of Spam. I fed it to my dogs last night because it was, it was still okay, but it was starting to get that. It looked like it might start turn color, you know, and so, uh,
Yep.
but
Juneau County Droner, welcome.
yeah,
Thank you for coming in.
yeah, Robert, I appreciate you coming in, and guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in. I appreciate it. And but I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because I've been at this all day, really, like Steve Carpenter said. I started out early this morning, but Chris Hope, I want to thank Chris Hope because I really missed you while you was in here. He's been the one he posts the links every week.
Chris
He
Hope
always
rocks.
he
Chris
does.
Hope rocks.
He does because he calls and he does stuff. He always calls and checks on me before a show, and usually hear from him on a Friday
Yep.
just to see how my weekend's going. Wish me a good weekend. And I know he texts you or calls you before your show's on Wednesdays, and he does it for Ken Herron.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so,
And speaking of my show on Wednesday,
yes,
I don't know what's going to happen.
okay,
I may be tied up until 5, 6 o'clock out here, which will be 8,
7
9
o'clock.
o'clock
Yeah,
back
yeah,
there.
right, yeah. 5
So
o'clock there is 7 o'clock Central Time. So,
um, a couple weeks ago, I was talking about moving my live stream to a weekend,
right,
and doing this job, working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. By the time we get off work in the evening out here, it'll be way late back where y'all are at.
right,
So my live shows might get moved to my only day off of Sunday.
okay, okay.
So I just don't know what's going to happen. It's up in
Well,
the air. Every Sunday that I'm off, I'm going to try and go around somewhere and fly and shoot videos so I can keep posting videos to my channel.
okay,
I'm going to do my absolute best not to neglect my channel, everybody. I'm going to
right,
try my
right.
best.
Well, and I'll bring you in when I can. I know won't be having you on Monday nights for the most part because you're going to be working now. So, I'll guys, that's another heads up. You'll get an email from each one of you will probably get an email at one point or another with the information, and let me know if somebody wants to come on here and co-host because next week you'll be working, won't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no telling where I'll be at 5 o'clock on Monday next week. So,
So I'll probably
um,
be getting in touch, unless I hear from Mel otherwise. I'll probably be getting in touch with one of you guys this next week. So if you got a time open that's on Monday nights around 7 Central Time, around this time, I'll bring one of you guys in, and I may just rotate that for a while. So, because I work better with a co-host. So, anyways, that said
yeah,
and done,
yeah,
Mel, I am so glad I was able to get you on here. This may be the last time we get to do this on my show for a while. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and uh, call it a night. I want to thank each and every one of you that took time to watch. And oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that to you. Where are you? There you go. Kim, that ought to make you feel better. Okay. Uh,
yep.
Drone
Okay,
Infested
guys.
Claude. Yeah, Claude, I'll get in touch with you. Okay. And
Thanks everybody. Thanks everybody so much for coming in.
yes.
Sorry I was late. I can only do what I can do, and man, I tell you what, y'all are dang lucky I'm still not out there at the river, because that was a place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, appreciate you taking time to do that. And I'll get in touch with each one of you. I've got old guy in the drone. Hello, old guy in the drone. I didn't see you on there, Mitch. And
Hey, Mitch.
uh, uh, I just appreciate all of you taking time to spend a little time with me. But with that said and done, I think it's about time for us to
Yeah, thank
switch
you, Grant.
over.
Thank you, Nature.
And
Thank
I'm
you
going
for
to,
all the safe wishes, everybody. I appreciate
yes,
it.
Mel, as always, I'll be in touch with you. I know we'll talk, you'll do
Yep.
your check in probably later tonight, or if not, just text me.
Oh, I will.
All
I'll
right.
give you a shout or something in a little while.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
And you be safe out there,
just to
my
let you
friend.
know I'm settled in and everything's all right. And
Okay.
I'm gonna pack all this stuff up and see if I can make Tehachapi better.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. And with that said and done, everybody, I am the Grumpy Vlogger. Thanks for coming here. Remember to check out my two channels, Grumpy's Gripes and Grumpy Vlogger. The links will be in the description when this is reposted. I want to thank everybody who has stopped in. And Mel, as always, thank you very much. I am the Grumpy Vlogger. I'm out of here. Bye bye for
Thank you,
now.
Lloyd. Rick Halber, if you're still in chat, I see you there. I'll give you a call tomorrow. See
Okay.
y'all. Good
We'll
night.
see you.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
everybody.
Yep.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Once again, everybody, I want to thank you for coming and spend your evening with me. You could have gone anywhere. Please hit the like on your way out. You guys have probably already gone, but for those of you that catch it in the rebroadcast, I want to thank you for spending time with me, and I want to thank Mel again. Guys, I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. I'm out of here. Bye-bye for now.